Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Safety Meeting Podcast. I'm your host, Isaac Heckert. This week's very special guest, Kelly Blackheart. You can find her on all the socials at Kelly Blackheart. She has two podcasts out right now. One, she's the on-camera producer for the new Jim Jefferies podcast called I Don't Know About That, where Jim has guests on and tries to guess what they do. And then if he doesn't know, he just kind of says what he does know about that. It's really funny. You should check it out. She's also one of the three co-hosts of the Unsolicited podcast with Jack Heckert and Tommy Caprio. So make sure you check out those two podcasts when you're not watching the Safety Meeting. We're changing it up this week. We did a little shot-for-shot editing here in the beginning. Let us know in the comments if you like that or if you like the split screen. I did a third angle, a little close-up on Kelly. I think it looks great. Let me know what you think. We just had a great time, man. We laughed the whole time. We have some inside jokes. I put some special things in the cut. So if you're just listening, I really invite you to check it out on YouTube for this one. I'm adding some clips and some pictures and some silliness to the edit that I really think that you're going to enjoy. We touch on some of our favorite podcasts. We talk about where she's from, which is Chicago, some of our mutual friends. We also talk about her brother winning the Doritos Superbowl commercial thing for Doritos and winning $1 million in 2015. I put that clip of the Doritos commercial at the very end of the episode, so make sure you watch all the way to the end for that. And I'm really excited about this one, guys. I had a great time. Super stoked that Kelly joined us on the show, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this one as much as I do. Thanks for watching and listening to the show, and we'll see you next time on the Safety Meeting Podcast. Hi.
Hi.
Here we are.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've introduced you in a pre-roll already.
Really?
Through the magic of editing.
Oh, why don't I get to hear my introduction? Did you say nice things about me?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
I do it after.
Are you going to say nice things about me?
Well, it depends.
Well, okay. Oh, so I have to be good.
If you're good, then you get nice things said.
Okay. All right. Fair
about
enough.
you. And then I'm just going to do this thing real quick. That'll let me know when that camera goes off.
Oh, sweet.
And for the listeners at home, that's just riveting. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
How was work?
It was awesome. It was a really fun episode today.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's start off with telling people how they can find you so they can follow along.
Okay. So all of my social media is Kelly Blackheart at Kelly Blackheart.
It's definitely, it's not Kelly Blackburn.
It's not Blackburn.
No.
It's not Blackbird. At Kelly Blackheart. That's Facebook. Don't add me on Facebook.
No, please don't.
Instagram, Twitter, Venmo. You can find me at Kelly Blackheart.
If you're still on Facebook, you're probably not listening to this podcast anyway.
I'm still on Facebook.
I'm still on Facebook too.
I'm pretty active on Facebook.
Are you really?
Yeah. Every platform has a different strategy. Facebook is like you can I'm very much of a storyteller. Like I'm not a quippy one-liner. So Facebook is where I do my best writing. Instagram's for pictures, obviously, and Twitter I'm terrible at, so I just retweet funny people.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with Twitter.
Twitter is just if you want to feel really badly about yourself,
right? You
spend a couple hours on Twitter every day, and it's working for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Every day I try to get down to the bottom and then see if I can climb back up somehow.
Build yourself back up.
That's why I don't put any of my own material on Twitter, because I'm like, oh, people will hate this.
I feel that way about Facebook. I get on there and I just watch people argue about whatever they want to argue about, and I'm like, I want to jump in.
Yeah.
But I know the algorithm is built to force you to argue with people.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook definitely is one. I've talked about this before, where it's Facebook can be, Twitter's the most negative, I think, but Facebook is heavily political, and that's where you find out that your friends or people that you grew up with are terrible.
Right.
But one thing that's funny is Facebook always has these articles from BuzzFeed or whatever about the Kardashians or something like that, and people will spend their days making negative comments about the Kardashians, not knowing that the algorithm doesn't give a fuck whether you put an angry face or you said these people fucking suck.
Right.
The more you interact with those articles, the more they show up in your feed.
Yeah.
So it's this self-fulfilling prophecy of everything on Facebook is now tailored to the things that you hate.
Yeah.
It's hey, just why don't you spend your days going on shit you like?
Exactly.
And talking about that, you'll be better off.
I've been trying to activate my Facebook algorithm because I feel like when I post something, it doesn't get to all
Yeah.
of the people that I interact with.
Oh, and it's important. Maybe you should just text them.
So I've been posting
Check out
things.
this status I just wrote.
Well, I post like politically ambiguous things and then watch people argue and then disagree or agree with everybody. Like one day I'll just disagree with everybody and the next day
So you're just a shit stirrer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to activate my algorithm so that when I promote my podcast, people will still not watch it.
I hated that so much.
I'm definitely that guy that's like all my content on socials is like, watch my podcast, podcast. And people are definitely over it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but if you can't self-promote, who's going to promote for you?
Right. But I realized the other day that I'm just promoting to people that are either going to watch it or not. I have to find a way to promote to new people.
Yes. So I'll post this on my Instagram.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Safety Meeting Podcast, everybody.
It's been fun.
Oh,
Bye.
my God. A 5-minute episode? That would be sick.
Tommy is coming out with a new podcast where it's
That's
just
right.
like a minute.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to say it in the New York accent, too.
Hey, I'm walking here.
He said no matter what happens in the story, at a minute, he just cuts everybody off.
Yeah, that was my edit on his idea because he wanted to do like a walking rant thing, and I'm like, you should make them a minute long, and you should make that minute 45 seconds of it be a fake ad.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's brilliant. That's a podcast I would listen to.
That would be really funny. You got to bank a ton of those before you launch it, though.
Oh yeah, we because the genesis kind of started on the Unsolicited podcast where we were like coming up with ideas, and we're like, we could go record 1,500 episodes right now, and then Tommy ran with it by himself. So
that's
fuck
Tommy
him. I guess we're out.
Tommy
Caprio. Yep.
Who is, I don't want to say related, dating Jacqueline Marfuji, who was on episode 35, and I only know that because we added cameras on 36.
Oh.
She was like, what? You couldn't just added some cameras and invited me a week later? I was like, sorry.
Well, she can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll have to. She's actually the reason you're sitting here.
Is she?
Well,
Oh.
long story short, I knew a friend of hers. She was on the
Okay.
show, and then Jacqueline came on, and she saw the studio, and she said, hey, Tommy's looking for some studio space, and we probably shouldn't talk about the rest of what.
Yeah. I was like, didn't we just talk about how we weren't going to talk about this right before the podcast?
I'm so good at that. Definitely don't talk about this.
Note to self, never tell Isaac a secret.
Oh, please don't. All my friends know that. If you don't want the entire world, or at least the 4 people that I know, to know what I know, then don't tell me.
It's like your entire Facebook is just promoting your podcast and telling people secrets.
Right.
It's like, not good.
Don't tell anybody, but Kelly said, and then whatever your deepest, darkest secret.
I mean, I'm not good at keeping my own secrets either. I'm really good at keeping other people's secrets, but my own, I'm just like literally TMI all the time. Like I've always said on first dates, like I'll say everything that you could possibly ever think of that would be bad about me, and I'm just like, I'm putting it out there, and if you can deal with it, great.
Yeah.
There's no surprises.
Speaking of first dates, have you been on a virtual first date since quarantine?
No.
Not even into it.
I'm not interested at all.
Are you swiping?
No.
No swipes. No.
No.
Not trying to get.
There's no point. What's the fucking point?
I know.
I just like, there's nothing interesting to me about chatting with, like, actually generally the way that I online dated before was I do like to talk to people for an extended period of time before I meet them because I don't like going out that often. So if I'm going to go on a date, I want to know that there's somebody that I actually vibe with or whatever. But right now, when we don't know if it's a month or 3 months, I'm like, how long can you possibly sustain a level of interest? And then the buildup would be so intense that the letdown will be terrible no matter what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
how was your day? It was the same as yesterday.
Oh, fuck you. What'd you do today? And
Nothing.
I'm like, I don't want to have to come up with things that I did.
Right.
Every day is just, I'm finishing Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Clean the
well, there was a
fridge.
meeting.
Yeah.
Then I did a podcast. Like,
Right.
no. Yeah, we're not doing that. So, no.
Yeah, I started seeing somebody right before this. And
it's
then
squashed.
It was like, well, what'd you do today? Same thing I did yesterday. It was like, all right.
I don't even fucking know what day it is.
Yeah.
Wait, what day is it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Whatever.
It's
The podcast is the only reason I know what day it is. And
Right.
then on the weekends, I go swim with my nephews. That's it.
yeah.
So-
but every day is the weekend because your
Yeah.
work week is 1 day long.
Shh. Yeah, I do.
No, you have 2 days because
Yeah.
you have 2 podcasts.
I have 2 podcasts.
Where do you guys do the unsolicited?
Right now, we're just doing it from our apartments. So
Zoom
we're
stuff?
doing it remotely. Not Zoom. We're doing it through Zencaster.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah. I mean,
I've heard it.
Tommy and Jack both have mics at
Yeah.
their houses, and I don't. So my audio always sounds shitty. But
Here we go. Let's get Kelly and Mike for house.
I mean, I have one I can steal from DJ, but it's just a lot of work.
Well, there's USB mics on Amazon
Oh.
for like $30.
All right. Well, then I guess you'll get me a mic.
When's your birthday?
June 30th.
Oh, I was hoping it was like 2 weeks ago.
You're like, oh, shoot, next year. I'm going to get you a mic
now
next year.
I got to get you one in like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to really have to do that.
Sorry.
It's a checkbox. Get Kelly a mic. Yep. So that brings us to your podcast, which is the Unsolicited with Jack, Heckert, and Tommy that we just spoke about.
Yep.
How's that going?
Great. I mean, it's honestly surprising that people listen to us.
Yeah.
I think when it first started, it was because, I was producing the Jim Jefferies Show podcast, and that ended, and Tommy, Jack, and I were always people who like kind of chimed in on that podcast. And Tommy and I were sitting at lunch one day, and we're like, we should start a podcast, blah, blah, blah. We're like, we need Jack in here because he's beloved by Jim's fans. And so we like needed him for marketing, basically. Right. He's useless otherwise. I'm just kidding.
Right.
But brought him in, and then that was kind of like right at the time that the other podcast ended. And so it was kind of like a bridge for all of Jim's fans, something to listen to. And then that audience really grew. I mean, like the fact that we have that many people listening to it is really mind-blowing to me.
It's 14 million a week now, right?
Yeah. Well, we've been joking around. We're like, once we get to 100,000 listeners to an episode, Jack has to try to suck his own dick. So, guys, please subscribe.
On the show?
Yeah.
Because he probably does it at home.
Yeah. We want to see it, though.
Time.
We want to see it.
Got it.
He's probably not that flexible. It'll take some stretching.
I don't think anybody's that flexible. I've heard you had to have ribs removed.
That was a rumor.
Is it?
The Marilyn Manson thing?
Yeah.
Rumor. He never got a rib removed.
Well, okay, there's a little off-mic chat there.
Yeah, fact check me.
No,
because everybody always said that story. I used to tell that story all the time, and I'm like, Marilyn Manson? Like,
right?
No, not true.
Oh, I have. Yes, man.
You're not gonna know what that note is later.
I am.
MM.
I am 100%.
With a checkbox
like,
next to
M&Ms. I'm hungry. Yeah, I have so many stories that I want to tell on the show that I should tell now because like virtually no one's listening. Hey, Mom.
My mom is probably listening too.
Yeah. Hey.
New fan.
Oh. Moms.
Linda, you're going to love it.
Linda Blackburn.
Linda, listen, Linda.
Is your mom just a big fan of everything that you do?
Yeah, she's super supportive. The fact that she listens to my other podcast is mind-blowing to me because it's not appropriate at all whatsoever. And like, I've talked about sex, I've talked about doing mushrooms and drinking and all that stuff. And like for Christmas this year, she got me a charm necklace, and there were a bunch of different little bags of charms. And so I had looked through a couple of them. I'm like, oh, I get it. And she's like, did you look at all of them? I'm like, I looked at most of them. And she's like, look at all of them. And then I pull one out. There's a wine glass charm. And then the last one I pulled out was a mushroom. And I was like,
that's on brand.
That's support right there.
Yeah.
Like,
where are you guys from? Where's your family from?
Chicago.
Chicago. Is she? Oh, for those of you just listening, we have a Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Adidas.
I'm wearing like a Run DMC Blackhawks jacket.
Yeah.
It's dope.
All black, regardless of the weather.
Yes.
Every day?
We're inside.
We are.
No, I wear colors sometimes, but not often.
No.
It is hard having a mostly black wardrobe because when you're trying to find shit, it makes it very difficult. But you wear black all the time.
I wear all black on show days. So I don't have to. I have about 50 of these black t-shirts. If it's not a show day, then I will not wear a black shirt.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to train my audience.
Okay.
So if you see me wearing black, don't talk to me.
Okay. Because you're in
I'm
show
in
mode.
It.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Inside.
Method.
I'm in here.
A method podcaster.
Preparing for the funny.
Okay.
But if I'm wearing gray, it'll only be gray. If it's not
interesting,
black, it's gray.
Okay.
So neither of which are flattering.
Black's not flattering?
No, not for me. I'm in the process
what
of
would be flattering?
Yeah, just getting in shape would probably be. I'm blaming it on the
having
clothes.
a different body.
Not having C cups would probably start that. Cool.
For your birthday, I'll get you a training bra.
Hey, well, by my birthday, which is
yours is October. I know that because we've talked about this before, and that's why I'm offended that you forgot my birthday.
I didn't forget. It was a temporary lapse in judgment.
Well, and you also want to tell the fans in case they do want to Venmo me at Kelly Blackheart on June 30th.
Right.
Yeah.
Should we wait and put this out on your birthday?
Whatever.
It's coming out tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I'll give you something to do.
I want people to like save up some money if they're going to Venmo me.
Right.
So, yes, that makes sense.
And you need them to do it now before they pull their unemployment extension.
Yes.
Right.
Don't tell me they're doing that.
They're not pulling it, but they're not going to extend it.
Extend the extension?
Extend the 600. So when the 600 runs out.
Like the end of July?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're debating on whether or not we need another stimulus.
We do.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, government, if you're watching this, we do.
Right. Hey, Uncle Trump, throw me a couple bucks. Wouldn't that be weird if he was my uncle?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't tell anybody?
Yeah, no, I mean, why would you?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if he was my uncle, I would probably be on his side. Not that I'm not on his side.
His daughter's not even on his side.
I like to stay, much like my sexuality, I like to stay
apolitical?
Ambivalous.
Oh.
Is that a word?
Ambivalent?
Ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Yes.
Okay. We got there.
Benevolent.
Benevolent. Yeah, that
is
just means you're
gifting.
good, right?
I don't know.
Hey, listen, it's not a wordsmith podcast.
Right. Speaking of things that I don't know about, you're on another show with Jim Jefferies
Correct.
called I Don't Know About That.
Yes.
How's that going?
It's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, like, I feel like now we've really got the format down. We know what we're doing. We feel comfortable in that. So every week that we record, I just feel better and better about the episodes. And I mean, they started out great, but I just feel like every week it's getting funnier and we're kind of like locking in what we're doing. So it's really fun.
Yeah.
And we learn about shit.
Right.
I like that.
Last week's was
Cheese.
but what was the one with the pigs?
Oh, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I just saw the clip.
Yeah.
I should probably watch the show.
You should.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, Saudi Arabia, I was like, I don't know shit. Like, don't ask me any questions. I'm going to be like, Aladdin, I don't know.
Right.
Like, I have no idea.
Just start singing
but
a
I
whole
learned
new
a
world.
lot. Don't ask me what I learned. I already forgot.
What is the biggest thing that you learned from that episode?
Okay. Well, I just... Seems like you're not even listening.
So what you're saying is you learned a lot
Yeah.
on that episode.
So much that I just, like, can't recall it because I actually
Right.
put it in storage.
Maybe it's that you don't want other people to feel stupid
That's... Yeah.
with how much you learned.
Right, because based on my looks, I think that I feel relatable to people because they're like, "Oh, she's blonde, she's stupid," and so if I open my mouth and I sound too smart, then kind of ruins that illusion.
Instantly,
Yeah.
people are like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Plus, you're very tall.
Yes.
So that instantly makes all of us feel
I like to make
emasculated.
people feel less than.
Right.
It's kind
So
of my
you
goal.
literally talk down to people everywhere you
Yeah.
go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 6'5"?
Sometimes
6'8".
I'm 6'8", yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm 6'1.5".
Right.
Or 6'2" on the roster.
Dumbest follow-up question of all time.
Yeah.
What's that like? You get that all the time, though, right? What's it like being that tall?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, people are like, "Oh, how'd you get?" Like, when I talk about having played volleyball, they're like, "Oh, that's why you're so tall." I'm like, volleyball didn't happen before I was tall. Volleyball happened because I was tall.
The whole sport of volleyball happened because you were
No,
tall?
like me playing volleyball.
Oh.
People are like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense because you play like whatever."
Yeah. Beach or indoor?
Indoor.
Yeah.
I started playing beach for a little while, and then I broke my fingers, and I was like, "Fuck it, I don't want to do that."
Did you break them in the act of volleyball?
Oh no, I was fingering somebody.
Got it. What was his name?
Isaac. No, I'm just kidding.
Cool.
Look at this one especially. I've broken that one so many times.
Does that mean you've broken it? Because I got one all wonky, so maybe I...
Yours was a fingering incident,
Oh,
but mine
no.
was from volleyball.
But I'm
You
not
guys can see
left-handed. This light makes everyone look very pale. I'm going to have to change that.
Yeah, can we get the Jersey Shore filter on this?
Oh, 100%.
Nice.
We're going to filter
I like that a
the
lot.
AF out of this.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. I had a bunch of things. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the original Jim Jefferies podcast that you were producing. Was that an idea that spawned because you were working on the show, the Jim Jefferies show?
Yeah, so I was working in the digital department, so I was a digital associate producer on the show, and Comedy Central was like, we want Jim to do a podcast. So that kind of just like came from them, and one of the supervising producers came into my office and was like, "Hey, we're doing a podcast, you're producing it." And I was like, still very new to the industry in general, and I was like, I've never fucking produced anything. I don't know how to do any of this shit. And he's like, "You're smart, you'll figure it out." I'm like, "Great."
Right.
So I had to learn how to like do all the recording equipment, edit, do all that shit. And it started out as, I didn't have a microphone or anything. I was purely doing the technical stuff. And then as time went on, there was like a hand mic near me, But that's really awkward when you're sitting across a conference table from Jim and it's like, oh, I have something to say, and he could see me reaching for the microphone. It's just like, that's a lot of pressure, so you never really want to say anything. Eventually, I got a mic in front of my face, so I started contributing more. And that's kind of like when that podcast ended, Jim still wanted to do one on his own terms, and so he's like, you'll come with me, you'll produce this next one, which I thought was really cool because he had every opportunity to kick me the fuck out.
Sure. And he should have, probably.
He definitely should have.
mean,
but I think I get Jim's sense of humor. Like, we have a lot of the same sensibilities, so it's nice to have a female voice on the podcast that isn't somebody who's like highly offended by everything. There's nothing that Jim's said that offends me. Like,
that's cool.
Words are words.
Yeah.
And he's really not that offensive when you listen to him.
Right.
Yeah, like,
because it sounds like he's got a hot take on everything, which is kind of the premise of the new show.
Right.
Do you want to explain what's going on with the new show?
So I don't know about that. The concept is basically like, especially before the internet, people could say anything confidently at a party or at a bar or something like that, and there was no way to fact check them. And his whole thing is like, if you're in an argument with somebody and somebody kind of trumps you with information that you don't have or you don't necessarily agree with it, you can say, well, I don't know about that, and just walk away. So basically what we do is we bring an expert on. Jim doesn't know what the topic is going to be. We let him guess what the expert is an expert in. And
just based on what they look like.
Based on what they look like.
That's hilarious.
Because Jim and Forrest like to play this game, like when they're in the airport, it's like judging a book by its cover, like, would I be friends with that person?
Right.
Because everybody does the would I sleep with that person.
Yeah.
So would I be friends with that person? And so you just make generalizations based on what people look like. It's what we do. Everybody judges, all right?
Yeah. That should be a podcast.
Yeah, everybody judges.
Yeah.
And so from there, Jim tells us everything he thinks he knows about that topic. We grade him on his accuracy, believability, confidence, and then the expert kind of goes through the things that Jim said, fact checks him there.
So does he have to kind of walk that line? Like, if somebody, like, he doesn't want to really offend the guest at the opening.
Right.
So if somebody looks silly, he can't be like, well, you look like an asshole. Like, he's got to...
He guesses by asking yes or no questions. So a lot of times it's like, are you a professor? Like today, for instance, he said, do you work at a university? And then the second question was, are you a janitor? And no. So you're not Good Will Hunting. Like, so I mean, all of our guests know who he is. They get a copy of one of our episodes so they can watch it if they want to. So we had the expert from, this Saudi Arabia expert who's a professor at Princeton, and somebody was like, this is so offensive. Jim said fingering in front of this professor. It's like, they know what they're doing. It's not like, also, professors finger. Probably.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you ever think about that?
I haven't thought about fingering in a number of years.
Oh.
Because I just thought when you grow up,
you don't finger anymore?
You're done with that part.
Oh, okay. I think you're thinking about hand jobs.
Yeah. I've never been a fan.
Yeah. I mean.
Cool. I
we can agree on that.
Things I can do by myself that I don't need you for. Let's skip that step, right? Like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm better at it.
Yeah.
Than anyone I've ever met.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so.
I'm the best.
There was this, it's not off topic, but it's definitely a tangent. There was this video that somebody told me to watch like a month ago, and it's like this, Japanese game shows are so fucking intense, and they're so highly sexual. There was one where there's this guy who's like, I will not come from a hand job. There's no way in hell I would ever come from a hand job. And he's standing in this box, like no pants, obviously. Right. Have you seen that video?
I've seen the clip.
And they bring this gay guy in, and he's like, I feel very confident that I can do this. And it's just like, just watching, because you can't see anything. You can't see what's going on, just the guy's face. And he's trying so hard not to fucking come. And the guy's just like, or I think he was maybe giving a blowjob.
I think
I don't remember, but it was still fucking hilarious.
Girl.
And everybody, no, it was a gay guy.
Oh, it was a gay dude.
And that's why that guy was struggling so much too, because he's like, if it was a girl, he probably wouldn't feel any shame in it. But now he's like, I've already made this proclamation that nobody can make me come. And second of all, it's a guy. And he's like, this is the best I've ever had.
And it's on TV.
And it's on TV.
Oh.
Yeah.
Their standards and practices over there are a little different than ours.
Oh my God. But they're the best fucking shows to watch.
Yeah.
Like, and even Britain has pretty sexual. Have you ever heard of the show? Like, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a dating show where there's like maybe 6 people behind panels, and there's a dater, and what they do is they reveal one piece, like, so they'll reveal the bottom panel and it's just their feet, and the dater has to eliminate one person based on the feet, and then they keep going up the body, and you see full genitalia and all that stuff, and I'm like,
oh, they're naked?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fully naked.
That's
it's called
insane.
It's called Naked Attraction.
Well, that seems like a good name.
I've tried to find it streaming on anything, and I can't find it anywhere, so please look that up for me.
If I find it, I'll put a clip in.
Sweet.
What's wrong with that? Have you ever sucked a toe?
Have you ever sucked a toe?
Of course I've sucked a toe. I've sucked loads of toes.
Okay, if you sucked one, I've sucked one too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all coming out now. Neurologists believe some of us may find feet attractive because the area of the brain that processes sensations in our toes is right beside the area that deals with feelings in our genitals.
I think there's one clip that I've seen on YouTube, but I'm looking for full episodes. I want to binge watch a season.
It's got, maybe if you get a VPN, you can route your Hulu through.
Yeah, that's all foreign language, what you just said to me.
Yeah.
So
maybe if you beep boop bop boop on your
that's
computer.
honestly, I thought you turned into a robot for a second. I was like, huh?
Yeah. VPN, do you want to know what a VPN is?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I just figured maybe you'd find it
Me
and then
explaining
send
that
it to me.
would also be like me trying to fix your car.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we're gonna need.
I got a guy for that. You
Yeah.
know, it's gonna be
I
fine.
can't.
And
I don't know.
imagine listening to this podcast and all of a sudden you go into some technical description of what a VPN is. People are like, we don't fucking listen for the talk about dongs again.
Yeah. I don't know why people listen to this show.
Do people listen?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I think we're up to 3 now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, with my mom, that'll be 4.
That's 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was excited.
She's only going to listen to this one, though. That's the thing.
okay.
Okay.
You'll have to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's got to be on once a week.
Next
like,
week
we need
we'll
that
go back to
Linda.
2. My running joke is that I have 2 listeners.
Okay.
So when I have guests on, I'm like, yeah, both of the people at home.
Okay.
Because to you, you're only one person. So you can
Right.
empower yourself and be like, it's me and somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
we found this.
That is a good running
You guys
joke.
are the OGs. Both of you.
You guys,
Oh.
love the support.
Hey. My Patreon's not doing that well, though.
Oh, I mean, how many?
Both of them are on the page.
Okay. How much do they
$1
do?
$1 a week.
Oh, $1 a week.
Yeah.
For a month. Not bad.
Yeah, that'll be 8. Because there's 4
No,
weeks.
I meant per person. $4 a month.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Math is fun.
No, not for me.
Not for me either.
Oh my God. We were trying to talk about, on this other show that I produced, we were talking about how much money a million pennies is. Because we were talking about slot machines. Took us a second to work that one out.
What is it?
$10,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100,000 at first, and I was like, no, that's too many.
Yeah. Yeah.
I for a long time I started giving my salary in pesos because it made me sound really rich.
Yes. 80 million pesos.
Yeah, I make 80 million pesos per year.
A day.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but what's 80 million pesos? $16.
We'll put it right here. Do you know Rick Glassman?
Yes,
I just started watching his show.
it's phenomenal.
And he does this
Yeah.
snap cut thing that I've been doing.
Yeah, he gave me a
For-
shout out on his podcast
Did he-
once.
did he
Yeah,
really?
because his logo, I hooked him up with our graphic designer from the Jim Jefferies show.
The Feet in the Bubbles. It's a circle. It's a Take Your Shoes Off podcast. Check it out.
Yeah.
Rick Glassman.
But I think it was the one with his face. The classy,
He's this way.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
The logo's here.
super classy logo.
Yeah, I was thinking of the one that just floats in the corner.
So yeah, I've actually never met him in person.
Cool.
But I just think he's fucking hilarious. Like
Yeah.
he's so underrated and he needs to be known.
Yeah.
And so that's like kind of my goal. Like my brother is always telling me to look out for comics that I think are up and coming. And granted, he's done plenty of things.
Sure.
So I wouldn't necessarily call him up and coming, but I just think he's not as well known as he should be.
Right. I think just from the way that he talks on his show, we're gonna do 5 minutes on Rick Glassman
Yeah.
on another podcast. This is just a great episode.
Yeah, but then maybe he'll plug this on his show.
He's 100% gonna come on this show.
Oh, nice.
For sure. We're gonna hopefully do a little crossover snap cut thing.
Well, I'll book him.
Good.
I'll book him right now.
Okay. I think he would make an amazing director
Yeah.
because I think with getting into that editing, editors make the best directors in the first
Yep.
place. They know what they need. They know what to shoot. So I think he's going to turn into me and Ben, the video producer of
Ben Avery.
who Joe Rogan just called Matt
Oh,
yesterday,
that's good that he knows.
or Dan. He called him Dan.
Oh. He does have a Dan face,
He does.
and it's a 3-letter name.
Yeah, I'm getting derailed because
Was that not
I
the
was
point of
going to
the
go
story?
down the Rick Glassman route, and now I want to tell the Ben at Joe Rogan story, but we'll tell that when Ben
It's
comes
Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
What do I mine too.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Whatever. I was talking to Ben. I was talking. Yeah, cool story, bro. I was talking to Ben about Rick.
Yeah.
And cool. There's so many other things and bits and bops that I can't say.
Bits and bops?
Yeah. I don't know, where did that come out of my mouth?
Are you VPNing again?
We're not doing that great this week. We're gonna need some help.
We're doing fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
No, yeah, Rick is great, and you're right about the director thing because what he's done with his podcast, I think, is so awesome because it's so different than what everybody else is doing, and I love that he thinks outside of the box and like just does all these little bits during it, and the editing is fantastic. Like, actually, in the beginning, I hooked him up with an editor too, but then that person ended up getting like a job, so they didn't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he and I go back and forth all the time. I don't know him, but I'm proud of him. Is that weird?
Yeah, no. I feel like I know him.
Yeah.
I tweeted, because he went on Andrew Santino's show, Whiskey Ginger.
I know Andrew. Andrew and I went to high school at not rival high schools, but in the same area. We're from the same town.
We're going to talk about that off with Andrew Santino.
Love Andrew Santino.
Me and Andrew have like so many mutual friends that it's absolutely ridiculous that we haven't met yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's insane.
I'll make that happen.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet. Thanks for listening, guys.
Oh, that's so, because that spawns this other thing that I wanted to say about Alex and Andrew, but I'm not going to say that because it's inside baseball and no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
My gears are turning a little too fast. I've had a cup and a half of decaf today.
Yeah, the decaf really does get you going.
Well, I'm not allowed to have. I mean, I've said this on every.
Not
episode.
allowed to.
I'm not
Is
supposed
this
to
a house
have
arrest type of thing.
Well, I have high blood pressure.
Okay.
Well, formally, it's coming down, but I'm not supposed to have caffeine, cannabis, alcohol, or nicotine.
So all of the
good shit.
of the things.
I've had such an amazing life. I've had so much of the good stuff that I have to take a little break from the good stuff.
But honestly, like, do you really want to do? Like, wouldn't you rather just do what you want to do and then die early?
Not if it's a slow, painful, like cancer death.
Yeah, but
tobacco.
you could just kill yourself.
Interesting.
You know, there's always that option.
Haven't thought about that today.
I'm just saying, don't rule it out.
Okay.
And I don't mean to be flippant about suicide. I've attempted suicide. I don't mean to be flippant about it, but
no, I have a
do
plan.
have that option if you're going to have a really painful death.
I mean, if they full on say Vegas is open, but you can never go back to work in the film business, I will go book a room for a week at the Cosmo, and when the money runs out, I'll just jump off the balcony.
Why would you jump?
Yeah.
Why?
One last thrill.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Because like I couldn't do that because I have really bad luck. I would
you might
survive
live.
that.
Oh.
Like 100% I would survive.
From the top floor?
Yeah, 100%. I would just be mangled and then have to deal with, whatever happened to my face and my body,
And then you'd live on a ventilator forever. One second. Re-rolling. Right in the middle of a story. Who knows when it rolled out either.
It wasn't on this entire time.
It wasn't on the whole time either. It's weird. You look fantastic, though.
Are you lying?
I'm not.
Oh, thanks.
I lit the fuck out of this room. Yeah. And we're back. Traffic weather on the fives.
That's a good radio voice.
I can do radio and strip club.
Okay, let me hear a strip club.
It's the same thing.
Oh, well, let me hear it.
Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got Candy.
Why does the strip club announcer always have a plugged nose?
Right, because he
Like,
probably
I
just
have
got
allergies.
I just got done doing the weather on G95.
He's been doing so much coke that his nose
Right.
is just completely stuffed up.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I have a friend that whistles through the left side of his nose when he talks on the phone.
Wait, it's not like something that he intentionally does when he's just like plugs it.
No, and you can only hear it on the phone because it's right. It's right here.
And that's when you quit talking on the phone.
Because you need a visual reference of where your phone goes to your nose. Thanks, everybody.
I wasn't sure.
I'm getting better. I'm doing it.
No, he's not.
I used to yell down the hall for Hot Pockets from my mom.
Oh,
My mom doesn't work here.
she could,
She might.
right?
One
Where are
day.
you from?
North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Does she live in North Carolina?
She still does.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I haven't talked to her in like a week. Oh, she still lives in North Carolina.
You think her entire life has changed in a
might be
week?
dead in North Carolina.
Oh.
She was in North Carolina.
Does she normally call you regularly and she hasn't?
No, I call her.
Okay.
That's the
and
way it
you
works.
haven't, so you've been a bad son.
I've been a bad person.
I know you're not busy.
That hurts me.
Well, it's not
Very
a
busy.
you thing.
Just because every time you roll up in my DMs, I have an hour to chat with you, does not mean that I'm not busy during the day.
There's a reason we're able to talk about coming on traffic for an hour at a time. It's because you're not busy, and it's because you're not calling your mother.
I'm busier than
This is
a
a
lot of
therapy
people.
session.
I'm in
Listen,
full on denial.
It's not a comparison mode. I'm
is.
just saying you have time to call your mother.
Okay, fine. Call mom. Call mom. I put it after Andrew Santino. That's how much I want to talk about Andrew Santino when this podcast
Okay,
is over.
perfect.
He listens now.
Does he?
No.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say there's
I
no
did
chance.
tweet the last episode of Whiskey Ginger. I saw it on tweet, so I just tweeted this. I'm new to Twitter, but
Like my virgin tweet.
yay! I mean, I had to go back and delete a bunch of tweets because I used to be angry on Twitter, and then when you Googled me, all my tweets came up.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
It's like cancelable tweets.
I said something very complimentary about the Rick Glassman episode. I said it's the best piece of funny content on the internet. The only two people that liked it, Andrew Santino and Rick Glassman.
There you
So
go.
I'm pretty much famous now.
Yeah, definitely.
Do I go to the bank for my check, or like when do I?
No, they do. They bring it in a big check to your door.
What's that dude's name? What's that dude's name? Ed McMahon.
yeah, Ed McMahon comes
just
to your
shows up.
door.
He never held the check.
He's
though.
like, "Congrats on being podcast famous or
I'm-
Twitter famous."
Right.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get a blue check mark? Where does that?
No.
Does that come in the mail?
No, those you have to be an Instagram influencer.
You have to be an Instagram before you get your Twitter check mark.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I know a secret to getting verified.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me? Okay.
Talk about.
Because I want to get verified
How many do you have?
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care about Twitter.
How many you have on Instagram?
Almost 3,000.
Oh, I can get you verified.
Yes. Yes. Follow me at Kelly Blackheart.
Bring that verification in here, please.
I'll just give my thumbprint. What do you need? My social?
No, I don't need any of that.
My mom's maiden name?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
Well, I was willing to give it.
Yeah, we need that for other reasons.
Okay.
For payroll purposes.
I know my debit card number by heart.
That's weird.
5175. It is.
Is that your PIN number? Did you just give everybody your PIN number?
No, that's the beginning of my.
Oh,
debit card
I only
number.
know the last four because they put little stars over the first 12.
Not on your card.
On the computer.
Yeah.
I don't actually look at my cards.
I actually, every single debit card that I've had, I've known the number by heart. And I think it's because in college I was so obsessed with watching infomercials when I was drunk. And I would want to buy shit because I'm very impulsive. And so I'm like, I definitely need a knife that cuts through a penny, right? Like, I wasn't even cooking in college. And so the only thing that would deter me from buying things is getting up to go get my card.
Right.
And so I started memorizing it, which it's like, at one point, our patio furniture at our townhouse was like a red exerciser and an ab lounge.
Nice.
And it was just like my infomercial purchases.
Right.
Fucking never used them for exercise.
You have a little plaque that says "as seen on TV,"
Yeah.
and it's just like
yeah,
a
basically.
display.
I'm like the MVP of infomercials. Not
Nice.
anymore. I'm off of them.
Do you? I assume we're in the same age bracket by a decade or two. I don't think I'm that much older than you.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 40 and a half.
Okay. How old do you think I am?
27?
Yes, I'm not. But
I have
thank
three
you.
sisters. I know how to guess
Thank
women's
you.
ages.
Yeah. Oh, so there's a strategy here. You
You
guessed my-
underestimate by
yeah.
14 years.
Oh, you're right then.
You're 41?
No,
Oh. Who cares?
I'll be 34 next month.
Wow, you don't look a day over 33.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Do you remember phone numbers
Yeah.
from back before cell phones?
Yeah.
Do you remember one now? Don't
Yeah.
say it, but
Yeah.
like,
I know my brother's phone number by heart. I know my best friend's phone number by heart.
I can barely remember my current phone number that I've had for 20 years.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
You don't call yourself.
Well, but you put it in all your little forms.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should know that one.
I should know that
And
one.
when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's the one you should know.
I was super good at that in high school. I
Yeah.
had my own line in my room. I was so badass. I got my own line. You can call me whenever. And then, because if I didn't want to wake up my parents, like I would tell one of my girlfriends. Call
one
me.
of your girlfriends?
I mean, I had one at a time.
Okay.
Or
I'm
a-
just making sure. I'm trying to get the whole picture.
Let's be
here.
honest. I didn't have any girlfriends in high school. I had friends that were girls.
Okay, gotcha.
So I would say, write a
Those are
bit.
called gal pals.
Oh.
Please don't ever say gal pal. I will hate it.
I'm going to keep going with girlfriend.
Okay, cool. Continue.
I always thought it was weird. This is a side tangent. I always thought it was weird when my mom would reference her female friends as her girlfriends. I used to giggle when I was a kid.
I never got into that. I've
Yeah.
never called any of my
Me and my
girlfriends.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's like, Mom, you have multiple girlfriends? Oh, yeah.
Call my chick my chick
pals.
my chick
buddies.
I was gonna say chick clit for some reason, but I meant click. Chick click.
Chip clip.
Chick click.
Chick click.
I just call them my bitches.
That's right.
You know?
Because pimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
Thanks
yeah.
for watching. Oh, my God. How long have you been pimping?
Oh, since birth.
Since the beginning?
Yeah, since the beginning. It's just, you don't learn it. You're born with it.
Right.
You know?
What you can't see is that she has alligator boots on, right?
Yeah. And I do walk with a limp. That's knee injuries from volleyball, but.
But it still counts.
Yeah. It doesn't look cool, but
sure it
it's
does.
a limp.
Sure it does.
Okay.
Now we have to get an exterior shot of you
Yeah.
limping down the sidewalk.
Just down that busy road.
Right. It just starts with the empty frame of the driveway that we don't have. And then you just...
Yeah, there's no driveway here. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's both knees, so it actually kind of cancels each other
It's
out.
a bunny hop?
No, it is a limp, but because it's both knees, it just looks like a normal walk. You have to know to look for it. You know?
Oh man, there's somewhere I want to go with this that I'm gonna not
Do it.
Did you have a kid in school that had like the crutches that walked with the arms? And,
Yeah.
Like on South Park? That
Yeah.
was supposed to be a lot funnier than in man, skip that part. Rewind.
We'll edit that out.
Take it. No, we won't.
Okay, we won't edit that out.
I edit this show.
Yeah.
I'm famous for saying stuff that I'm going to be like, I'm going to take that out, and I never take it out.
Yeah, we do that on the unsolicited too, because I edit that one, and I'm like, I just don't care.
What do you edit on? Let's nerd out about gear.
Premiere. That's the extent of me nerding out. I'm not even paying for Premiere. Like
Premiere! The Adobe Suite!
I think that I do so little editing that I actually don't have to pay for a membership. It's just like basically I just put all the files in there
Do
and
it
then
on your
export.
phone?
No, I do it on my computer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
Yeah. I mean, I do open my MacBook.
Wow.
Pro. Yeah.
Import, export.
13
Yeah.
inches rose gold.
It's better than just dumping the file up on your hosting site.
That's true. Yeah. I put it through the levelator, like the compressor thing.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah. And then I export it into an MP3 and then I upload it to anchor.fm.
Why Anchor?
Because Anchor will bring you sponsors.
Right, they bake in your ads. Can you
Yeah.
decide where in the episode they go?
Yeah. You make the cuts yourself.
Now it's a...
Some conversations are worth tuning into. So why not share it with Anchor's free all-in-one podcasting tools that make it easy to turn your video calls into audio that you can edit and distribute everywhere podcasts are heard. Capture your everyday conversations and make them available for everyone to enjoy.
commercial break.
For gator boots.
Oh my God.
You
We
should
got
do
to
that.
shoot a Gator Boot commercial after
Okay.
this.
Well, here they are.
Wow. Are those Nikes?
No,
Good.
they're Adidas.
Because, yes,
Adidas.
I'm a never Nike.
Really?
Yeah.
I have some Nikes.
I do too.
I have a few pairs of Air Force Ones.
I have a lot of more Nike than I want to, but I'm going to get rid of it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm no longer gainfully employed by the Nike Corporation.
Were you ever employed by them?
Twice. Told the story 1,000 times on the
Okay,
show.
all right.
It's like a thing. I told it big time last week.
You can tell me later. I don't care that much.
No.
To be honest with you.
No, you don't. I don't care. I'm shutting this. Like, I don't want to take any more notes about you. I don't know why. I haven't been nervous
Why are you nervous?
in like 20 years.
You're so stupid.
This is
You're
my-
not nervous. Why would you be nervous?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's
All right,
get into
yeah,
it.
let's get into the root of this.
Have you ever done,
Porn?
wow. That's I haven't done it.
This is just so off the rails. I'm just trying to
I
go
love
with
it, though.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I like doing bits and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And
bits.
to answer your question, yes, I have been in porn.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Was it background or was it like
Yeah, I was
actual?
in the background.
You're just a cafe observer.
I was actually the bartender. But
Really?
Yeah, in college, we had this awesome house. It was like 5-bedroom house, huge living room, pool, water slide.
Was it a sorority?
No.
Or did you think
No, no,
you
no.
lived in a big house?
It was
This
this.
house is huge.
We had this big house. There was an older lady that
had,
lived
like,
with us, and
30
she made us
roommates.
food.
Oh my God, that's so funny, dude.
No, I lived with at most I lived with 6 people, but there were
It's a
generally
small sorority.
5 of us,
Right.
5 bedrooms, and then we had this roommate at one point that it started where it was just athletes, so we were living with a couple water polo players, and then there were a few volleyball players there, and then the next year we got some roommates off of like roommates.com.
That sounds smart.
Bad move. I mean, I'm not afraid of Craigslist roommates, I guess. I've met some great friends on Craigslist through roommate shit.
Right.
But this guy was like, I have this friend who's a porn producer. He wants to give us $500 to film at our house, and they'll supply the booze for the party. So it was College Fuck Fest.
Yeah.
And so we had 2 episodes basically filmed at our house because we had a stripper pole in the living room.
Of course.
We had the whole 9 yards.
Why wouldn't you?
So yeah, I was like climbing up on the couch to watch the money shot. It was lotion. I was very upset. You know when porn gets demystified for you?
Yeah, like it just did live on camera?
Sorry, guys. I don't think that happens all the time. The guy was really complaining about how cold our house was. So I think he was just having performance anxiety.
In front of,
Yeah.
So they're doing the deed, and you roommates are just breezing around the house.
Well, there were like 150 people at our house.
Whoa.
It's College Fuck Fest is like the whole setup is that you're at this college party and then sex just breaks out. So there were like people having sex in the living room. And then at one point there was a guy like fucking a girl who was doing a keg stand and like on our kitchen counter. And I'm like the motherly person who's coming over and like bringing her a pillow. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't look comfortable at all.
Right. Does she have to drink the whole time?
No, she didn't.
This doesn't sound very empowering for women.
Yeah, she needed more alcohol, I'm sure. Yeah, but.
So do the people that show up to the party end up being the participants or those actors? That
No, the actors came in.
So you go to this party like, hey, people are going to fuck at this party tonight.
Basically.
Cool. I'm going to drink. But then your face is in that porn.
Yeah, there was a guy that I had met online like probably 10 years ago now. And he messaged me on Facebook, I guess maybe 6 years ago. And he's like, hey, so weird question. Like, I saw you on this. And he was like almost shaming me for being in the background of this. And I was like, College Fuck Fest is a paid porn website, so who should be more embarrassed? Me, who was on it, who got paid
or you and
to
your
use the house,
membership.
or you, the one that had to go in the archives first of all, because it was like probably an 8-year-old episode at that point. I was like, do not shame me.
Do they still have memberships?
Probably.
Renew membership.
They gave us a free login for a month so we could watch it. I wish we had like screen recording capabilities at that time.
And they only gave you $500 to throw a party at your house.
Yeah, but they supplied all the booze too.
But looking back now as a big TV producer, wouldn't you pay more to film at someone's house?
Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't in the industry at the time. $500 seemed like we were going to throw a party anyway. We were the party house in college, so might as well get paid for it and get free booze.
Yeah.
And like, what do we care that people are fucking in the living room?
Because people probably do that.
Yeah.
When
I
it's
just
not...
Windexed the couch. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was leather.
Get Windex for couch. Our leather's falling apart.
Yeah, that's kind of what our couch looked like.
I mean,
sometimes it was an indoor couch, sometimes it was an outdoor couch.
We just moved these in here when some other folks moved in down the hall, and those were in the lobby.
Okay.
And then, like 2 weeks ago, they just started shedding the leather.
Because it's hot?
Yeah.
It's like the humidity
'Cause I'm not in
makes
here,
it
no.
peels.
Yeah.
Makes it peels? What?
It makes it peels.
I had a stroke for a second. Sorry.
Did you really?
No.
Oh. What do you think a stroke would feel like?
I don't know.
I feel like I've had a heart attack.
Yeah, I mean, you got high blood pressure.
Yeah.
So that's a given.
Because sometimes my heart will go like, grr,
That's
bam,
just
and it feels
heartbreak.
like someone just slant. Oh, that's heartbreak.
Isn't it weird how when your heart gets broken, you actually feel pain?
Yes.
I don't like that.
I don't either. Isn't it weird that the older that you get, the harder it is to fall in love?
Yeah.
Because the pickier you get.
Yeah. I mean, I have standards now, and it's really fucking up my life.
Dude.
Yeah.
For
hate that.
real.
Miss those old slutty days.
Man.
Hey, Mom. Thanks for listening,
Mom. Oh, here's something really important that we haven't talked about in many episodes. I really need you to focus.
I'm focused.
What is your preference between In-N-Out and Five Guys? Now, we do it in stages. Mm-hmm. Bun to bun, burger to burger, fry to fry, overall experience.
Okay. I don't really eat either of them that often.
Great. Thanks for watching. Are you vegetarian or pescatarian or something that doesn't eat meat?
No, I'm not an insane person.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
She's normal.
I think In-N-Out
Okay.
I'm not a huge In-N-Out fan. I like the burger.
Okay.
I think the burger is good. The fries are hot garbage, though. And to me, if I'm going to go get a burger, it's because I want the whole meal.
Do you mean cold garbage?
Yeah.
Because they get cold too fast?
Yeah, and they taste like cardboard. They
Right.
taste like the Lord is involved,
Right.
you know? Because they do all their religious, you notice that on their packaging, right? They have religious, Bible excerpts on all of the packaging.
I'm pretty religious myself, so
Yeah,
I'm going to support that.
I can tell.
I am.
Oh, okay.
I super am.
Oh, okay.
The Lord is here among us.
Okay.
He really is. He's filling this. We'll talk about that.
I believe that.
Witness to Kelly and save her soul after.
I need to be.
You need your soul saved.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
you need.
I never got confirmed.
That's a Catholic thing.
Yeah.
But that's a Chicago thing. Chicago's a Catholic town.
Yeah. We went to. We did all the
Stuff.
religious stuff growing up, but then I missed my year of confirmation because I was playing volleyball and I was just too busy, and so I had to do the confirmation classes the year after with the grade a year younger, and so I
Right.
just didn't want to hang out with those losers.
Yeah.
And so I basically just told my mom, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I think from a really early age I was anti-religion.
What
So-
happens in confirmation? Just memorize some verses and then you get baptized? Oh, you don't know because you didn't go.
I didn't go.
Peace. I'm out.
And I went to Catholic school when we lived in Canada too. I just really was like, nah, not for me.
Okay, let's talk about Canada.
Okay.
When did you live in Canada?
When I was in 4th and 5th grade.
Just
or
for those
grade
2
4,
years.
grade 5.
Oh, that as
A.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you lived in Chicago, moved to Canada, moved back to Chicago.
Chicago, Virginia, Canada, back to Chicago.
Got to draw a diagram.
Yeah. We moved 6 times in 5 years.
Military?
At one point. No, my dad was in commercial real estate. So similar.
Right.
He was fighting for the country. Countrywide. Is that an insurance company or something?
Countrywide Homes is a mobile home park.
Yeah. He was fighting the good fight in commercial real estate.
Did your mom work?
Yeah, my mom was an incredible salesperson. When we lived in Virginia, she worked in the White House. She was the
I just had to do that spatial math real quick.
Yeah, we lived about 45 minutes from DC.
Right.
She was the personal assistant to a former Miss America. My
In
mom
the
was
White House?
no, she planned parties in the White House. When Clinton,
I'm when was Miss America the president? Because that's a
soon,
possibility.
it's coming up
Yeah,
soon. It's
oh,
coming up soon.
Next in
So
4 years, 2020.
yeah, we have a time machine at my house.
Wow.
So
what's it like in the future?
in 2040, my mom's the personal assistant for Miss America, aka the president. And they call her Mrs. America
Right.
because
she's married to a woman.
Yeah, or no, it's because she's just the president. And that's what we call the president in 2040. It's just Mr. America and Mrs. America.
Or just Mrs. America, no matter if you're a male or a female.
Oh, all right, progressive.
gender
That's progressive
forward.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my mom had a very, very solid working career.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And brothers and sisters. I know you have a brother.
I have 2 brothers.
Two
Yeah,
brothers.
2 older brothers. I'm the baby.
I'm the baby.
Are you?
I have 3 older sisters.
Oh.
Ugh. Yeah. The top 2 are half skis though, so they don't even really
don't count.
Yeah.
Well, then you have 2. Wait.
I have 1 and 2.
Yeah.
One real.
So, well, the 2 halves count as 1, so you have 2 older sisters.
They really don't, because
Oh.
they were on my dad's side and he's dead. So what does that mean?
What? I don't know what that means.
So they're half sisters through my dad.
But now that he's gone, you can
Right.
get rid of him.
Right.
There's no
They don't count.
tie there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the tie that binds has been snipped.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that relationship
Yeah.
that you formed with him. Dad's gone. Fuck you.
Well, they're 16 and 14 years older than me.
Oh, yeah. They're
So
oldies
like,
anyway.
They're like grandparents
Yeah.
and stuff. It's weird. I got nieces and nephews that are like 2-3 years younger than me.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
When people have a niece or a nephew that's older than them, that's what really freaks me out.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you watching Billions
No.
on, well, it doesn't matter what it's on. You don't watch it.
No. I've seen 1 episode.
Okay. Doesn't watch. She doesn't watch Billions. It's fine. I had a guest convinced that we rented that office there to, what's that really handsome fella's name? He's an actor.
Brad Pitt.
No, the other one in the same movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm nailing it.
Boom, pow. So not into burgers. Not into burgers at all. In-N-Out versus Five Guys.
No, I mean, I forgot we were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all the way back.
Then I was confused about the burger thing when you were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, he's
Right.
not into burger. Okay. In-N-Out's okay. Five Guys is good because I do keto, and they'll do the burger bowl.
Ooh.
So that was really easy to order from them to still have burgers, but you know.
You're the
not have
first
to
one
do-
to reference the bowl. People have done protein style on the In-N-Out side,
Yeah.
but I'm full Five Guys.
Okay.
'Cause
Full of Five Guys.
I'm full of Five Guys.
Okay, nice.
I'm all in on the fries. The seasoned fries.
Yeah, the fries are good.
You order a small, they give you like a sack of potatoes.
It's aggressive the amount of fries you get.
It is.
But I don't like the fries that are too potatoey. I like a well done fry.
Yeah, burn that shit.
And it doesn't even be burned. I just like
No,
a
burn
little.
it. Yeah,
okay.
set it on fire. Not to the point where
Black fries.
like when you make fries at home and you bake them in the oven, like burned where they like snap in half. Those
Yeah.
are disgusting.
Yeah.
Like deep fry that shit.
Yeah.
A little extra.
Yeah.
And then deep fry it again.
Yeah.
Season it.
That's the only way In-N-Out fries are tolerable is to get them well done.
Yeah. You have to ask.
And you have to ask for a ton of spread to dip it
Of
out.
course.
Yeah.
I always get them animal style because the cheese kind of disguises the fact that they're just pieces of shoestring.
Yeah. You might as well just eat a few slices of Kraft singles at that point.
Do we have any Kraft?
I'm so hungry right now, actually.
Dude, I was going to ask you if you were hungry before you started.
Oh, yeah, I'm starving.
So
I haven't eaten yet today.
Well, it's almost over.
I'm not saying, like, we need to hurry up.
We can totally cut this
like,
short.
can we just stop talking about burgers?
Oh.
Is what I'm saying.
I would rather end the episode.
Like, actually, this is all burgers all the time.
Right.
So go fuck yourself.
This episode's brought to you by Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I want to tell people about your brother's Dorito commercial in the now because all my friends work in commercials.
Okay. Oh, so you want me to tell them?
What I
Because you
mean-
said I want to tell them.
Yeah.
I was
so
going to let you tell
Kelly's
them.
brother won the Doritos chip challenge. Chippity
Yeah,
chip.
it's how many chips can you fit in your mouth? He won, big mouth.
And thanks for listening.
The time was 2015.
Oh, tell me a story, Kelly.
So, my brother directed Tosh.0 for a really long time, and his.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about that now.
Sorry, it's so interesting. I have so many interesting things to talk about.
But he
We're
worked-
gonna make this a 3-parter.
I thought he was a producer.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was a director.
Producer. He was an editor. That was like his start.
You guys
He
blur
was
your lines in TV more than we do in our world.
He was the showrunner of the Jim Jefferies show.
Right.
So he's done it all. He's a writer.
Right.
He directed a movie.
Which one?
Where's the Money? It's on Netflix.
No way.
You haven't seen
It's
it?
literally my favorite film.
Shut up.
I haven't seen it.
You're so stupid.
I'm going to write it down, though.
Yeah,
Keep closing
it
this.
actually is really good. It's got like a pretty star-studded cast. It's King Batch is the lead character. Shut up.
No, I do know King. I just did a commercial
Do you
with
know
him.
King?
I do.
You know him so well that you call him King instead of Batch?
Yeah.
I do know King.
I've worked with
Actually.
him before. I've actually.
He's a good guy.
I photographed him at the Ha in the Valley.
Okay.
And I did a commercial with him and Russell Westbrook for Axe Body Spray in January before the shutdown.
He's a good guy. We like King Batch. It was him, Alan Maldonado.
I know him too. They must be friends because they go to a lot.
Oh
of
yeah, I
places.
saw that Alan follows you on Instagram.
Yeah, I shot him too.
I love Alan.
Were you
He's
going through
the
my
greatest.
followers?
No, it just shows
Because
that
it's
when
blue
you
check mark after
no,
blue
when you
check
go to
mark.
somebody's profile, it shows you like the people that you're following that follow that person.
You couldn't just
It
let
was
me-
only
You
Alan.
can just do the blue check mark thing.
Oh yeah, verified.
Yeah. You can't follow me unless you're verified.
But it was then Retta, Terry Crews, Method Man, Josh Brenner from Silicon Valley. Like it's a funny movie.
It's urban.
Yeah,
Is your brother urban?
yeah. He's full black.
Is he really?
No,
Oh.
he's urban though. Yeah,
Is he like?
no, not at all.
Because we can't use the W word anymore.
White?
Nope.
No, I know what word you're talking
Yeah.
about.
We used to say that.
Waspy.
We used to throw that wasp word around.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think you could.
Nope.
You shouldn't. You can physically. You can.
You can. You can say anything
Just
you want to.
not a good
You have
idea.
to be prepared to deal with the consequences.
Anyway, back to Doritos. So,
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna put the clip in. Doritos clip. Doritos.
so I think the story goes that his agent said, "Let's get a commercial on your reel. So just enter this competition. Blah blah blah. It'll be good to have it on your reel for the future because there's a lot of money in directing commercials." And so like 2 weeks before the deadline, so my brother wrote up the script and then asked me if I could round up some of my friends to be extras. And so it was the morning after Halloween, which we're all living in Long Beach, have to drive all the way up to
Wow.
fucking
What were you doing in
Pacoima.
Long Beach?
I lived there for 6 years. I love Long Beach. It's great. I don't know why I keep winking, as if it's like I'm lying. I lived in Long Beach for 6 years. It's great.
Like she doesn't still live there?
Yeah, I came up here for work.
Ooh, check it out.
What?
When people that work down the hall talk on the phone right outside the door, you can fucking hear it on my show.
Oh. Yeah, they're loud.
I'm going to scream at her in a
Just
second.
loud talkers, you know. They got a lot of important things
We're not
to
going to say who they are. Anyway,
So,
Doritos.
So morning after Halloween, we're all hungover as shit,
Mm-hmm.
going to this airplane set.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be there. And at the time, I actually didn't realize that it was for the competition. I thought he was actually shooting a Doritos commercial. So that's like kind of how I got my friends to do it.
Right.
And I called my friend James that morning because we needed another person. And I was like, hey, will you come out here? And he like just really did not want to. He's now been seen as a featured extra on it because he's the Asian guy in the window seat. If you guys look it up, it's called middle seat. And I think he's made over $35,000 from this commercial.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So yeah, so anyway, we find out we're in the top 10. We're doing all the Facebook, like vote for us, blah, 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 whatever. And then basically it was all of the 10 finalists got to go to the Super Bowl and be in the Doritos suite. And then the way that they found out is 2 of the commercials would air during the Super Bowl. So I'm watching at home and all my friends are over and we're freaking the fuck out when we
Right.
see it, but we still don't know if it's the winner or second place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm texting Scott and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And then I see a tweet from Elizabeth Banks because she was like kind of in charge of it that year, like handing him the check. And I was like, you won? And he's like, well, if you mean the $1 million, then yeah. I was like, fuck you.
Just super cash.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Got $1 million.
So it was like so surreal because especially like working in the industry or even just being in LA, so many people that enter that competition every year, and
yeah.
it's like constantly like vote for us. You just never hear of anybody who wins those things. Like
No.
McDonald's Monopoly thing. I mean, of course we find out with McMillions that it was
Yeah.
all rigged, but like
Super rigged.
all of those things, nobody ever wins those.
Mhm.
So it just felt fucking insane.
Right.
And then he took 17 of us to Hawaii to celebrate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know so many people that spend like tons and tons of money. I know like production companies that put like $50,000 to $100,000 behind some of their directors to try and win the
Yeah.
Doritos thing. And then every year it's like, I never say yes. People ask me to work on those things all the time. I'm like, no. Nuh-uh.
Why?
Because it's like, it's essentially you're asking me to work for free.
Oh,
Like, if
yeah.
we win, we'll pay you. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
You're not going to win, yeah.
I got to work
the chances
on all
are very
of them.
low to win.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy because he spent $2,000 on the commercial, and I know we talked about that, where it's
Yeah.
like that set is incredibly expensive, but
Yes.
it's just a lot of his best friends are in the industry, so we could use them and their
Right.
equipment and stuff like that, and then we use the set like really early on a Saturday morning, which is like their non-peak hours, so he just
Right.
got a really good deal on it. And there was this guy who used to like blog. He's just like this troll in his mom's basement. He'd blog about the competition every year and like do a breakdown, and he was like infuriated that my brother won because he's like, this is a competition for amateurs, he's a professional director. And it's like, it's not. It doesn't say that anywhere in the rules. Like, great for a bartender if he wins, but
Right.
but this is good for Doritos because like even those ones that make it to the top 10, it's just like shitty quality.
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't it have to get remade anyway to like
Right.
put it on TV? It's not good.
Yeah, they got to re-export it.
So this was just like a professionally done commercial.
Right.
It seems like a given.
like if I get on a cooking show and I'm up against a chef, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, and you're not going to complain about like
Right.
you might put that as a caveat, like,
Right.
well, I was up against a professional
Not
chef.
fair. The guy knows how to make burritos. Like whatever.
I was making mac and cheese. He was making a fucking surf and turf. It's a big difference.
right.
Surf and turf. That sounds so good.
Food.
Isn't lobster so
What's
good?
open that we can get surf and turf at?
Nothing.
Do you know what's opening tomorrow at noon?
What?
Which by now it'll be now at now.
It's open now and now.
The casinos in Palm Springs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're opening tomorrow at noon.
So you're going to Palm Springs tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure I'll be visiting the desert tomorrow.
Nice.
Do you gamble? Are you a gambler?
No, I've gambled twice, both on my 21st birthday. I played a slot machine, a Playboy slot machine. I won $80.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say $1 million. That would be so funny.
Yeah.
If each member of your family casually just wins $1 million.
Yeah. The only thing like that, all of the kids in my family, we all got full scholarships to college. That's the closest we got to
Like
winning
from
$1
the
million.
school because of your
Yes.
ability.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah. In different areas too. So I was sports. Scott got a full scholarship to USC for film school. And my other brother went to University of Miami for musical theater.
Musical theater.
Yeah.
Is he currently performing?
I thought you were going to say, is he gay?
None of my
It
business.
looked like where you're going. He's not.
I'm very gender neutral, and I don't care if he's gay. It's his
Well, he's
business.
not, Isaac.
Okay.
So I'd appreciate if you stopped judging
Stop
him.
being gay, Kelly's brother. Wow. I think the wheels have fallen off.
They fell. We didn't put them on.
Oh.
Was the problem is that we're just sitting in this fucking
I didn't hit the record button
bin.
either. We got to start over.
All right, here we go. I was in a porn.
How do you feel about In-N-Out versus... Okay. Let's recap. I've never done a recap before. Why would I start now?
I don't know. Let's think outside the box. Do it.
Right, here's the box. Let's think outside.
I feel like we didn't even talk about anything. This
That's
is
what-
going to be a good episode.
That's what podcasts are about.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
true.
ramble.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to... I always judge it by when I have to look and see what time it is, and I
Mm-hmm.
just looked, and it's past an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Good for us.
We did a good one.
We did nothing for an hour.
That's what's
How?
up. Kelly Blackburn. she
Hope
crossed
you got
her
that
eye.
on camera.
I feel like Ben's just staring through the door. He's
That's
not.
a fan.
It's because it is a fan. Not
He's a big fan
Ben
of
is a
the
big
show.
fan. That is, and the fan's name is Ben. I feel bad for yelling at those guys outside. So
Why?
it's in my head now. I have to go apologize.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna
Why?
because I feel bad.
Well, maybe give him a little handy.
There's two of them.
Yeah, go skiing.
Skiing. Ski slopes are opening tomorrow as well, apparently.
Is there snow anywhere?
Nope, but I'm gonna make some ski slopes in Palm Springs.
That means he's doing cocaine in Palm Springs.
No, I was gonna jerk two guys off on a couch. You have to sit down for that.
Oh, really? You
What?
couldn't do it standing?
Maybe. I don't know. I
No.
never thought about it. You're like, no, when I do it.
There's an Olympic event.
Would it be more awkward to be sitting 3 deep on a couch and just have some dude? Would it be left, right, or
Oh,
up and
I was just gonna ask you that. I think you'd have to go at the same time, right? But I don't know that I could. I don't know that my left has.
I think you have to keep it together.
I'm pretty ambidextrous. Like
Right.
I can play volleyball left-handed, but not as good.
What happens if the guy? Because most people are right-handed, right? What happens if righty comes first, and then you have to just keep go? Do you keep with your right hand moving just to keep your
Well,
left
no,
hand
because I
working?
think he'll be like, ugh, stop.
Well, I think you have to make a deal. It's like when one of you comes, I'm done with both of you.
This is a team effort.
That's right.
Or
Fellas.
no, you got to finish both, but
No.
the first one who finishes just has to deal with a rug burn afterwards.
The first guy to finish has to finish the other guy.
Oh, now this is a
Boom.
Japanese game show we're pitching right now.
That's right. There's got to be a cookie involved somewhere, but then it turns into a frat game. This
no
is
soggy cookies, please.
ending
Soggy
on
biscuit.
Soggy. This has been Soggy Biscuits. I'm gonna name this episode Soggy Biscuits.
Thanks for listening, guys.
I was gonna call this "What's it like to produce television?" Because my
we
podcasts are
didn't-
getting more
we didn't-
educational.
we didn't learn anything about that.
Soggy Biscuits.
I was so prepared to tell you like my sob story of why I got into the industry and stuff. I'm so glad I didn't have to do that.
Did you think I had a serious podcast?
No, I just, I came in hot off the rails,
That's true. You're back. You're double dipping.
Yeah.
Back to back episodes
Yeah.
today.
So I get a little hyperactive.
I think a few more people are gonna watch that other show you were on today.
Hopefully. Hopefully
Well,
more than 2.
hopefully.
Our advertisers are going to be really pissed off if we get your 2 listeners.
No.
and that's
Well,
it.
my 2 listeners already watch your show.
Oh, okay.
Yes. What if this episode of this show? Now let's not say that. Let's speak with intention. We don't want that to happen. I was gonna say, and I'll cut this out, but I won't. That what if this episode of my show gets more watches and views than the episode you just did?
That would be great because I would think that had something to do with me.
It would.
So that would
Yeah.
make me feel pretty good.
And then when my show becomes worth $100 million and
Mm-hmm.
I sell it to Spotify in 12 years when I'm 52, like Joe Rogan, you could work for me.
Oh, thank you so
With
much.
me. Not for me.
No, it's fine.
We work
You could be the
together.
boss.
Nah, I don't like being the boss. I've been a boss for a long time.
You said you love firing people.
I do love firing
So-
people. It is my favorite. You're fired. Oh, I need one more favor before
Yes.
you go. That camera's probably off. So let me turn it. No, we can do this later. I still have to take your picture too. I'm a good photo taker guy.
So good.
Take
You don't
it.
even know the name of it.
Photographicer. Photogenic. Okay. Kelly, thank you for doing this.
Thanks
I
for
really
having me.
appreciate it.
Thanks for going on that journey with me.
That was fun. Did we take acid today? It felt like a
Possible.
bit of a trip.
I'm definitely going home to smoke a lot of weed.
Ooh. Ding. I'm going to the beach.
Can you put little dings every time we wink at the camera?
Oh, absolutely.
No, you said you're not
and
editing
the
this.
thing, a ding in your teeth too, a little star.
Oh, like Joe
Yeah.
Pesci from Home Alone.
Sure. I don't know who Joe.
You don't know who Joe...
Joe who?
I don't know who Joe Pesci is. All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Finger guns. We're out. Is your red light still blinking?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This show's a piece of shit.
Welcome aboard, folks. Just go ahead and take any empty seat that you see.
I hope it's not contagious. So I do have it. When your mom wakes up, can you tell her about me?